here at the movements, okay? Setup wise, like I say, was decent, just your grip pressure does get quite tight. So just release your thumb off the grip and then just rest your thumb on as if you are just tapping your screen and losing the touch screen, okay? You want to be, if people use their phone the same way they grip a golf club, have a new screen every single day because they'll be pushing down so hard, they just push through the screen, okay? You got to get the sensation that shoulder here needs to get behind you, okay? So you can practice that in the first movement there, okay? So your right shoulder now behind your head. I wouldn't necessarily watch it with your head because that's going to encourage a bit more of that sway. The feeling, like we say, is this right shoulder is almost going to go up and high as you kind of go that way. So this shoulder's going to be going up and behind you as your left shoulder kind of goes down that way. So for a slightly steeper shoulder turn as opposed to that kind of swaying off the ball. Because ultimately you want your head to be kind of just behind the golf ball at impact, not kind of back here somewhere, bottoming out behind that stick. And it was interesting, when you put the stick there, your swing thought became, miss the stick.
Yeah, it was.
And then you just instinctively moved this way and you hit the first 3 or 4 really, really good. Okay, I had a couple of shanks in there because you were just trying to move so far, you just move this way. Okay, but getting your head behind the ball, so again, getting your shoulder behind your head here, so when you rotate, this right shoulder now is just getting behind you this way a bit more, okay? That is more of a turn, Your arms will lift, they want to lift, As they lift, they drop now, and we're getting back to a position where there's your impact here. Hands are nicely in front there. Nice angle there, to be fair. Head is probably about as far back as you'd really want it. Any further back than that, you're going to struggle to get any kind of strike, okay? And then releasing through to your follow-through position, absolutely fine, okay? So it's taking that right shoulder and getting that to go behind you a bit more with a little bit less sway. Now, whether that means up against a wall or using a shadow, watching your head. Does your head move there a little bit? Yes, for me, is probably on kind of that window of where it needs to be, because obviously the more that way you move, John, the more that way on the way back you've got to move. And trying to move too much could result in the old unmentionables or the odd sort of funky shot there, okay? But yeah, I would practice with a stick down there. Twig or anything. It has to be a golf club, but anything on the ground you don't mind hitting if you did happen to hit it, but you just make swings where you don't miss it, and the first 3 or 4 swings you just got yourself moving that way and the strike was much better. So the pull hook for you comes from hanging back on the right side here, bottoming out a bit early and the club kind of flipping past you. Why has that happened? 2 reasons for you. Okay, number 1, you haven't really turned at all, you've just dragged the arms back this way, okay? And then in terms of scared of maybe lifting your arms, it isn't a bad thing, your arms do lift, you've got here and then trying to pull them around this way and you've moved your shoulder off the golf ball, okay? So now you're back here with basically no chance to get back to the golf ball. And it makes sense by what you said, your driving was good, popping up in the air really high, because you're striking it decent, but then your irons, you can't compress them at all, can you? They're just like fat, chunky, hooky ones. Okay. You get away with it in the winter and in the summer because the ground's dry, but you know it's not a good strike, isn't it, All right, buddy? Make sense?
It does.
Good man.
Taking work.
Yeah, exactly. It's just practice again, hitting a few balls there to get the feel of it, how it wants to be. Okay, mate?